So there are they are saying that 4 channels are multiplexed using TDM, and each channel sends 100 bytes per second, right? And we multiplex 1 byte per channel. I mean to say each channel. So there are 4 channels. That is what is given, and each channel is sending 100 bytes per second. I mean to say this channel sends 100 bytes per second. This channel sends 100 bytes per second, and this channel, third channel, also sends 100 bytes per second, and fourth channel also sends 100 bytes per second, right? And we are multiplexing 1 byte per channel at a time. That means 1 byte will come in this, 1 byte from second source will come here, 1 byte from third source will come here, 1 byte from fourth source will come here. So each what I meant to say frame of 4 bytes. 4 bytes means into 8 bits if I make, that becomes 32 bits. Have you understood, everyone? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here there are 4 channels, and each channel is sending 100 bytes per second, and multiplexing. That means each source is multiplexing 1 byte at a time, 1 byte at a time. So the frame size is nothing but 1 byte from source 1, second byte from source 2, third byte from source 3, and fourth byte from source 4. So each frame is comprising of 4 bytes. 4 bytes means each byte comprises of 8 bits. So 4 into 8, 32 bits is the size of the frame, right? Show the frame traveling on the link. So this is the diagram of frame which is traveling on the link. So we need a multiplexer. There are 4 sources: source 1, source 2, source 3, source 4, and they are multiplexed into single this thing. And this is the frame size, which comprises of 4 bytes each, that is 32 bits, right? So the frame traveling on the link, this is what we have shown. Size of the frame. Size of the frame we have shown that it is 4 bytes, right? 4 bytes means 32 bits. Size of the frame. Duration of the frame. Duration of the frame is nothing but 1 by 100 seconds. You got the idea? So one frame goes because 100 frames are going in 1 second. That means if one frame duration is 1 by 100. A hundredth of a second. In 1 by 100th of a second, one frame is leaving. You got the idea? So this is nothing but 0.01 second, 0.01 second, right? So this is the frame duration. This is the frame duration, and the frame rate. How many frames are going? So it is given only frame rate is 100 frames per. What I meant to say, second is the frame rate. This is what is given. 100 what I am saying frames per second is the frame rate, and total bit rate bit rate is 100 frames into 32 bits. You got the idea? 100 frames into 32 bits per second. So I'll be getting 3200 as the bit rate, 3200 bit per second. So have you understood? This was asked in university examination for 6 marks. Is it clear, everyone? I need a response fast.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear how we have got the bit rate as 3200? Since 100 frames are leaving, you got the idea, per second. This multiplexer 100 frames are leaving per second. So 100 frames into 4 bytes, that is 100 frames into 4 into 8, or I can say 32 bits. So 3200 I'll be getting bits per second is the bit rate. Okay. Frame duration is nothing but 1 by 100, as 100 frames are leaving in 1 second. So one frame will require how much of time? One frame will require how much of time? 1 divided by 100th of a time is required. 100th of a second is required by each frame. So this is there. Now this is another what I meant to say example. A multiplexer combines 4 kbps channels. So how many channels are there? 4 channels are there, and each channel is sending how much of data? 100 kbps using time slot of 2 bits. I mean to say each time each source is sending, like here each source was sending what I would say 1 byte per channel, 1 byte per channel. So instead of 1 byte per channel, here each source is sending 2 bits. You got the idea? Show the output with 4 arbitrary inputs. With 4 arbitrary inputs. What is the frame rate? What is the frame duration? What is the bit rate? And what is the bit duration? So this is what has been asked to us, right? So first we have been asked to show the diagram, show the output diagram with 4 arbitrary inputs. So this is the diagram with 4 arbitrary inputs. Am I clear over here? So this is source 1, this is source 2, source 3, source 4, and each source is sending how much? 100 kilobits per second. Each channel is sending. So this is the binary data. You got the idea? How much of binary data each source is sending? 100 kilobits per second. Okay, 100 bits per second. And here third is there, fourth is there, and we are given that channels using time slot of 2 bits. That means each channel at a time is multiplexing only 2 bits, multiplexing only 2 bits. So this 10, you got the idea, is from source 1. This 10 is from source 2. This 101 is from source. So you can see here, this is 10, right? And this is 10. This is 01. This is 11. So this is first frame. You got the idea? Now second frame is nothing but 00, 01, then 11 and 10. So you can see 01. You can see here 00. So second frame is 00. Then it is 10, then 11 and 01 is the second frame. And third frame is nothing but 11, then 00, then 10, right? And 00. So this is how the frames are being formed. So this is the diagram. This is what has been asked. Show the output with 4 arbitrary inputs. So we have shown 4 arbitrary inputs, and these are the outputs for that. Now we have to show what is the frame rate at which the frames are traveling. So the data rate is given to be 100 kbps divided by 2 bits, because 2 bits are going in, what I meant to say, are being sent by every this thing. So 100 kbps can be written as 100 into 1000 bits per second. You got the idea? Because kilo means 1000, roughly 1000. So 100 into 1000 divided by 2. 2 is the size of the bit. So this is nothing but 50,000. So 50,000 frames are traveling per second. You got the idea? Since each frame contains 2 bits per channel. So this is what I have done. So the frame duration is nothing but, see, 50,000 frames are leaving in 1 second. So frame duration for one frame will be 1 divided by 50,000. That is nothing but 20 microsecond. 20 microsecond. 1 divided by 50,000 is nothing but 20 microsecond. Right? So frame rate is given as 50,000 frames per second, and each frame is carrying 8 bits. You got the idea? 2 bits from source 1, 2 bits from source 2, 2 bits from source 3, and 2 bits from source 4. So 8 bits. So what is the bit rate? So 50,000 frames into bit rate is 8. So that will be nothing but 400,000 bits. That is 4 lakh bits. Or I can say 400 divided by 1000 if I make 400 kbps, right? So bit duration for each bit, these are 400,000 bits are leaving per second. You got the idea? So 1 bit is leaving at 1 divided by 400,000, that is 4 lakhs. That is 2.5 microsecond. Have you understood, everyone?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is the second example. Now we will go in for next slide. So I can go to next slide.
Yes,
See,
sir.
the problems are
Yes,
fairly very simple. The only thing you should understand what has been asked and what is to be done, right? So this is how it should be, taken care. Now, next slide. What is the problem that happens when some of the sending sources are not having any data? You got the idea? So here you can see source one is having three what I meant to say data parts, data units to be sent. Second, what I meant to say, source has nothing to send. Third data source is having only two with a gap here, and fourth data source is having three data units to be sent. So how exactly this can be multiplexed? While multiplexer, you can see here. So first this goes here. You got the idea? First this particular thing goes here. Then there is a blank because this suppose 1 second is divided into 4 slots. So in first 250 milliseconds, this will go here. Then next 250 millisecond there is a blank, so there is a blank here. Then next 250 milliseconds, this will be loaded into the frame, and in next 250 millisecond, this will be loaded into the frame. First frame is over. The 1 second in 1 second, suppose that is there. Now in next how the frame will be formed, this will be loaded, then this is blank, so nothing is loaded, and this is again blank. So two blanks are there, and it is what I meant to say sent here. So finally this comes here. So this is how it happens. Now next frame, this comes here, then there is a blank, then this comes here, and then this comes here. So this is the problem you can see here. Though there is no data to be sent, hmm, though there is no data to be sent, you got the idea? Uh, but that time slot which was free, it remains wasted. I mean to say, I did nothing for these 500 millisecond. Here for 250 millisecond, I did nothing. And here for 250 milliseconds, I did nothing. So it was simply waste of uh, resource actually. But this can be avoided in statistical multiplexing. You got the idea? In statistical multiplexing, what happens is this will be loaded, then this is not there, it won't wait. In that slot only, it will be given here. So this, there will be no gap. And then this comes here, and then this will be taken. So this is how it happens. Am I clear over here? So what will be the output of statistical multiplexing? It will be something like this. So in statistical multiplexing, oh sorry. So I'll have something like this, right? Frames, I'm sorry, this is not coming straight. So let me, draw 3 frames. So this is 1, this is 3, this is 4, this 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9. So have you understood how exactly things have gone here, everyone? In statistical multiplexing, what will happen? There will be no wait, no slack bytes will be there. That means no blanks will be there. So what has happened? This is pumped here in first frame. Then there is nothing to be carried out in the same time slot. This will be taken. This will be taken. That comes here. Number 3 comes here. Then number 4 comes here. Then number 5 comes here. So this frame gets over. Next time slot, what will happen? This 6 comes here. Then 7, 8, 9. and this is how the whole thing goes. Have you understood, everyone, statistical multiplexing, how the thing is implemented?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes or no?
So,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So I'll go for next slide. Yeah. Now this is data rate management. How exactly data rate is to be managed? We have seen considerable problems. So in statistical multiplexing, how data rate is managed in time division multiplexing. So here, basically, if the sending source have some disparity in sending the data means some data sources, if they don't have data when the data is required, and some sources have excess data. So how exactly that kind of what I mean to say, data can be sent. So here you should remember that this question was what I mean to say asked in university examination, how data is managed when sending sources do not have sufficient data to send at a time. You got the idea? Send at a time. Like in the previous example, we have seen second source has nothing to send. Third source is also deficient, whereas first and fourth source have enough data to send. So in that case, what exactly can be done? So there are, to manage the data rate, we have something called as multi-level multiplexing. One. Second method is multi-slot allocation. Third is pulse stuffing. These are the methods. These are the methods using which the data rate can be controlled. So multi-level multiplexing. So in multi-level multiplexing, what happens here is I have three data sources which are sending what I mean to say 40 kbps of data at a time. Three. And two data sources are there which are sending only 20 kbps of data. Now if I combine only one of them with them, this will always be deficient in sending the data. This will always be deficient in sending the data. Am I clear over here? This source will always, or if I take this source and remaining three source, so this will be deficient in sending the data, So in that case, what I'll be doing is, I'll be multiplexing these two together to form a 40 kbps. Have you understood what I have done in, this particular strategy? This thing.
yes,
So what I have done is multi-level multiplexing. In multi-level multiplexing, what I am doing is these 20 kbps, what I am say lines. So total, how many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines are there. So instead of taking only one line, means 4 lines over here, this multiplexer can take input from 4 lines only. This multiplexer can take input from 4 lines only, but I have 5 lines. But these 2 lines are sending less data when compared to these, right? So what I have done is I'll combine, multiplex them, these two sources into a single line. So this forms 40 kbps. Then this is 40 kbps, 40 kbps, 40 kbps. So total, the link output is 160 kbps. So have you understood how exactly this is achieved? It could have been something like this, 25 kbps and 15 kbps also, no problem. Or it could have been something like 15 kbps, 15 kbps and 20 kb, 10 kbps line. So three could have been multiplexed into one line.